Ayo, what's going on, guys? So I know that probably a bit of surprise how the fact that I haven't reviewed a Marvel Legends yet this year, um, and I'm already reviewing a second Transformers figure. However, this is not Studio Series, but much like most of the other lines that you see me do, I don't really separate movie from comic too much. Um, and in this case, obviously, it's more of like movie from cartoon, I guess. Um, just simply because I like specific designs for characters, and a lot of times, they are fairly similar to their designs or whatever the case, and I just don't really separate them too much unless I need to. So, we were reviewing Transformers Legacy Arcee. Here's the box. It's, I think, the standard packaging for it. So you got a picture of Arcee as a motorcycle there. I'll explain why I got this version of Arcee and not another version, and where this version came from if you're not aware. On the side you got some pictures of Arcee. On the other side you got a picture of, I'm pretty sure there's Arcee, Hot Rod. I don't know who that one is, and then Bulkhead. And then you got Transformers. And on the back, you got a picture of the figure and what she transformed to in her accessories. So, now, as it says here, it's Prime Universe. So, I don't remember if I discussed what Transformers I grew up with. I did watch a bit of the old cartoon. I don't remember how much. I couldn't tell you what specific episodes I saw, but I did see quite a few of those. And I remember like the Dinobots and stuff like that from it, and the Constructicons, I think was what they're called. But yeah, so I do remember that. I of course watched the movies. I got more into the later movies, so 4 and 5, and then I think I saw one of the animated ones, and then but the biggest one that I remember a lot from was Transformers Prime, which was heavily inspired by the movies, but was a completely different like storyline and stuff like that. And this is supposed to recreate that. Now, when I transform her back into her robot mode, it will. I know that some people complain that this isn't like a really faithful recreation of what she looked like, and in my opinion, I think it's more of trying to combine it with both the Prime Universe and maybe some like the old cartoon style and stuff like that. But since I never found like the original Prime Universe Arcee, and the only one that's like extremely accurate you can't transform, which is the red or RED version of her, I decided, I'm going to get this version because this is the version I know. And yeah, so I guess we can get her accessory out of the way, or at least the first. Oh wow, these go in really tightly here. Okay, there's the bike without all that. Yeah, and we'll get to the one issue I have with this figure. But you have this, which can kind of be used. I think you probably use them as blades if you really wanted to. But they can go on the end of the motorcycle. But what they can also become is like this little mini shield. She can hold it. Well, you can peg it on to like her arms or something, and then you could also probably have her hold it because there's like a peg there. But yeah, so there's that little thing. I guess I could take this accessory out. Sure, I'll take this other accessory out. Her other accessory is this, I believe. Am I wrong? Yes, it is. It'll probably look better in her hands, but basically this is supposed to be kind of a blaster of sorts. It's not the best accessory. I would have much rather prefer an actual like blaster, but I guess this works if you really wanted to, and yeah. So there's that. And what I'm going to do, don't worry, this isn't breaking the figure. This does actually come off. And this is one of the main complaints I have about this figure, is that mine in particular breaks off quite a not I shouldn't say break because it's not breaking. Does not stay on a lot, and definitely in transformation. So my suggestion would always be to probably do that. I'm gonna get her untransformed here. I don't know if I'll retransform her, so I do apologize. Like I said, I'm kind of new to collecting transformers, so there may be some case, in the future, you'll probably see me actually show you how to transform them, and maybe in detail show you how to transform them back into the robot mode. But hopefully you can see a little bit of what I'm doing here. Hopefully. Hopefully I know what I'm doing here. And we'll figure that out later. Is that how you do it? Hold on. Maybe a minute here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this goes like that. And then, oh, it goes, hold on. Sorry if this is taking a minute, but I do actually kind of want you guys to see it. So usually I'd probably like pause the video and then how the hell? Okay, so I clearly, hold on, I know what I did here. There we go. Okay. Okay, this part is not staying in for me, which is annoying. And I don't even want to twist that. I want to twist this and push this back. So that her arms are there. And then you have that, I think. Actually, it's supposed to be like this. And then this, I don't know if it'll stay exactly tabbed. It'll probably pop off throughout the video, so I do apologize for that. Then of course you would stick this wheel with this peg back here, but I'm not going to do that for now. However, I will show you. I know this is I think there's supposed to be a knob that like it's supposed to keep this in place and less loose. I might have to figure out how to do that later. But so for example, I wanted to show you how you can use the shield. So you can use it like this. That's not what I meant to do. Lovely. You can also use it like this, I believe. Yeah, you can. If you want to do that. Actually, is there wrist rotation? There is wrist rotation, so you could make that work. And then I think what you can do is, yeah, you can make them into like daggers, I guess. Maybe she's whacking somebody, I don't know. The accessories are kind of interesting with this one. And then, like I mentioned, you would just maybe. Can you hold this or not? Is this not shifted back all the way? There we go. Yeah, so there you go. She can. Actually, at certain angles, it actually doesn't look too bad. So, but there you go. So, let's get a close-up of her. Now that I have her all untransformed. Yeah, see, anytime I touch this, it does tend to pop off. So if you see me fiddling with it, I do apologize. I just want to make sure that it stays there for the video. Might just have it like that for a while. So this is what she looks like. Like I said, I know some people complain that this isn't exactly a faithful recreation. And I do agree that, like, yes, there are some, inaccuracies. It's not like she's lanky like she is. She's more boxy. Face isn't exactly how she looks like, but I think it's like a cool little recreation that um that if you're a fan of Prime, but you're also a fan of like more unique designs, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that off. I'm sorry if it looks weird, but this does tend to just pop off on my model. And hopefully I can eventually stand her up with it, actually. I can get her to stand up without it, so. But yeah, so there she is. But it's in her correct colors. I know most people who know Arcee know her for having pink and white as her colors. Or just all pink if you're more familiar with the Bayverse. But this is the one that I grew up with, but I knew both versions. But yeah, and then she does have that light piping. I don't know if you can tell, but where her eyes are glowing, just like Ironhide, which I'll show you here soon. But sorry, it's not as focused. There you go. So, but yeah, so to get into articulation, she can look all the way up, a decent bit down, can look side to side. Got a decent amount of tilt. Her arms move out that way. She's got a bicep swivel, but this can also swivel, kind of, and it can move up and down. Elbow moves up only single that far. Her wrists don't rotate in and out, but they rotate, they swivel anyways. She can ab crunch that far forward and ab crunch really far back due to transformation. She can kick that far high up, that far back. They all can. The upper thigh can swivel. The knee can go a certain amount. The foot can rock back and forth, and to an extent move up and down. Is that it? Yeah. Oh, and then it can move out pretty far. So, can she tilt at all? And she can kind of tilt. So, but yeah. Let's see if I can get this to stay on. Maybe. Again, apologies. This video is kind of an off one, just because I'm making sure that this piece doesn't break off as much. So, I will say, and that will be a future review that you will probably be looking forward to is the Bulkhead one, because that is another character I grew up with from Prime. He had a decent part in that show. Don't remember how big of a role, but I remember him in like almost every episode. Ironhide not so much, but there's reasons for that. So here she is next to Ironhide. Ironhide obviously being a bit bigger than her. I don't know why the video is so grainy. I do apologize for that. But obviously you can tell, Ironhide's a bit bigger than her and definitely bulkier than her. But still kind of works together, and I'm glad to have another Autobot. Unlike him, though, it doesn't come with a display base. I am kind of curious if she can hold this. Ooh, or wait. She can do that. She can put it on her arm. If you're kind of like that. Doesn't stick all the way in though, but that kind of looks cool. Maybe that's what I'll pose her as, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm actually curious, can you do that with this as well? You can. So if you want a different look, you have that. But I wonder if she can hold Ironhide's blaster in her actual hand. she can. Yeah, that definitely can work. If you have like some extra of these hanging around, you give it to her and she looks pretty cool with it. So yeah, I do apologize for kind of how scuffed this video is. I mean, obviously I don't really edit my videos anyways, but like this one seemed definitely a little bit out there just because I was very distracted by this piece and I wanted to make sure that it didn't do that. So real quick, just so you guys can see what she looks like with everything kind of all assembled on her. If I can... Maybe. I don't know. Let's see if I can actually... Oh man, I wonder if I can. I hope so, because I would like to get her transformed again. There we go. Is a tight fit, but there you go. That's what she actually is supposed to look like. Definitely a bit more bulkier than her actual Transformers Prime counterpart. And, oh, that looks so much better, having it like that. There you go. So, I kind of, because on the back it's completely like, there's like nothing on there, so it looks really weird. But there you go. There is Arcee. Again, sorry for how scuffy this video was, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. I promise that the next Transformers video will probably be a bit more organized. I think the only reason why it was so janky was because of the piece on the back, and I was just making sure that everything went all right. But I hope you enjoyed this nonetheless, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.